Welcome to a supersized live edition, live to tape, Picks and Pizza. I'm Joe Giglio at the Oakwood Pizza Box on Person Street with the Pizza Czar of Raleigh. Best pizza in Raleigh, best pizza in North Carolina is right here. Oakwood Pizza Box. You can order online at oakwoodpizzabox.com. All right, Anthony.
Yes, Joseph.
I had a good week last week.
Yes, you did.
You did not.
Kenny Pickett, by the way, Kenny Pickett had it going.
Yeah,
I hate the injury.
What was it, 57 yards in the first quarter or 70 yards in the first quarter?
7 of 10. He was lacing it down the field.
Yeah, he looked good, and you got robbed there. That's a tough one. That was unfortunate. So your props are now 9-3 on the season, which is still really, 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 really good. Can we talk about your dad questioning your picks, by the way? Can we start the show that way, please?
Yeah, there was some doubt inside the family chat about how we're doing this gambling and what my run is and if it's accurate. I said it's all in Excel.
Yeah, Pops, it's right here, as you could see on the screen. I put the picks in every Thursday. There's no changing the picks once they're in. It's 9-3 on the year. You're 21-16-1 on the season. I am 20-18. So to the loyal listener who came in last Friday and was like, yeah, Giglio, you stink at NFL picks. No, I stink at picking the Jets is what I stink at. My other games are actually pretty good.
The Jets have been an enigma.
All right, well, let's start with the Jets then. The Jets back at home, back with Zach Wilson under center. They are taking on the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans had the best pick in the NFL draft in C.J. Stroud. The Jets did not. The Jets were counting on something that never came home, is never going to come home. And the sooner they could move on from Zach Wilson and let's put it this way. He has to be better than Tim Boyle, though, right?
Tim Boyle is how did Tim Boyle make it to the NFL?
I need Bill Simmons to come back. I need there to be a 30 for 30 on how a guy at UConn, remember at the time, UConn was the worst team in all of college football. How you go from the quarterback of the worst team in college football with throwing for 1 touchdown and 13 interceptions and somehow making an NFL roster.
It's shocking.
Like, who does he know? Is he like a Rooney? Is he related? Is he a Mara Rooney? Does he have the blood?
I think he just brings coffee to every meeting. He's got sandwiches for everyone. Like, he's that guy. You know, he's like the team mom is the only thing I can think of. I got nothing else.
Okay. Well, I watched the game last week. He is atrocious.
Terrible
and the fact that anyone in the Jets organization thought that it would be a good idea to start and play somebody who cannot throw a simple 5-yard in route, I have no empathy for. I now believe the Jets should go scorched earth and just clean house entirely. They're 4-8. They're terrible. They're garbage. They're at home. And you are, sir, taking them?
I am taking them. I am doing it. I think, first of all, I would say that Joe Douglas needs to have his job in question because
only now?
Why? After watching Tim Boyle, I said, you know what? Yeah, this is rough. I understand humans have a very, very bad ability to get off of a bad bet. They hold it forever.
Right.
Possibly I'm holding the Jets bet in the same way. So as I speak, I think about I'm reflecting on my own actions.
Right.
Joe Douglas needed to cut Zach Wilson and keep Mike White.
Yeah.
That needed to happen last year in the offseason. Mike White needed to be the backup for Aaron Rodgers.
How they evaluated this, I don't know.
Shocking.
The 49ers moved on from Trey Lance. The 49ers gave up a bunch to get Trey Lance, and they realized it was a sunk cost.
If he ain't the guy, he ain't the guy. He ain't going to get to be the guy. He doesn't turn around just by hopes and prayers. But this is my thought. I think in comparison to the Jets offense of Timmy Boyle, Zach Wilson really, looking back, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's ugly, but my God, Tim Boyle's terrible. No, my bet here is, yes, he's having a great rookie season, but a rookie going into New York and playing that defense is going to be a little bit different. I think the Jets could come out and play. I think they're getting some points here. I'm all right with them. Let's take a ride.
Yeah, I'm going the other way. I'm taking the Texans -3.5. The Jets, much like the Carolina Panthers, need a fast-forward button to get through this season because it is totally and completely lost. All right, so I've expanded the card this week because we're running out of weeks. We are in week 14, and I want to get some more action going. Also, one of our listeners said, "What, you guys should just pick every game," and I was like, I don't know if we're ready for that yet. Maybe that's a week 18 special. But I did want to go Caesar's Super Contest and pick 5 games this week. So let's go to the one that we actually are on opposite sides of. The Rams are at the Ravens, and the Ravens, as you know, are one of the best teams in the AFC. They have a 9-3 record. But one thing that I always look at is point differential, and obviously the Rams are tops actually in the AFC in that category. But what is the Ravens' motivation to play this football game? The line is 7.5. They got the Rams at home. My question to you is, why do you think they care in this football game? Care enough to beat them by 2 scores?
I think they're going to win by 2 scores because they're at home and their defense is so stout.
Okay.
It's a 1 o'clock game, West Coast traveling East Coast. That affects it. I don't care what anybody tells me about that. That has an effect. Defense is great. I think they're going after the number 1 seed. They could be the top team.
They are going after the number 1 seed.
You got to get it. You got to go get it. And Harbaugh's a coach. Unlike Saleh, Harbaugh's a coach.
All right,
we're going to win the game.
We'll get into that when we get into my futures bet that I have proposed.
Are you taking brother Harbaugh to the Jets?
When I have proposed for a futures bet, no, you'll see. Just simmer down.
All right.
I think we've mistaken the Rams for the last year Rams. The Rams, when they have Matthew Stafford, are actually quite feisty, and he missed a game, and you thought, oh, the Rams, here they go again. Now they're 6-6 on the season, okay?
Yeah, I mean, world beaters, I'm not sure.
But Brett Rippon played against Green Bay, and they lost 20-3. Since then, the Rams have beaten Seattle, they beat Arizona, and they beat Cleveland last week. Their last 2 games have actually been, they dominated Arizona and dominated Cleveland. So I like Matthew Stafford. They are healthy. Kyron Williams is back. He's been outstanding at the running back position. 7.5 points, in my opinion, is too much. So I am going with the Rams as one of my first picks this week. Let's move on to your first pick is Seattle at the 49ers. You're going to go Seahawks because this is 10.5.
It is a big number.
49ers just poured it out. I kind of like 100%. The thought process here.
I think the Seahawks are feisty as well. I like the defense. I like the coach. Quarterback doesn't really turn it over that much. I think, they're losing this game.
Right.
100% losing the game. I just don't know that they're going to get blown out. I'm just hoping they keep it in reasonable territory.
Gambling axiom. When division teams play the first time, the second meeting will be nearly the complete opposite contest. These teams actually just met on Thanksgiving. San Francisco blew them out 31-13. I'm with you here. I like the pick. I like Seattle. I will say, though, San Francisco is my Super Bowl pick. They have been my Super Bowl pick this whole time. Obviously, when they're healthy, which is going to be the big key, I really don't even think that it's close with these other teams.
No, they're great.
You're going Seahawks plus 10.5. We differ on the Rams and Ravens. Speaking of Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs. Woo, people are ready to quit on the Chiefs, Anthony, aren't they?
Do you believe in them?
I don't believe in them, but I do believe in Andy Reid in the sense that when they play poorly, there is a tendency for them to bounce back.
How about Matt Nagy? Do you feel confident in Matt Nagy taking over in the offense? Is it really just Andy Reid? Did Eric Bieniemy do anything?
Here's the way I look at it. Just as I said to you, why would the Ravens beating the Rams? I thought last week the Chiefs go to Green Bay. It's a Sunday night game, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Green Bay's terrible." Blah 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 blah. Chiefs didn't show up in the football game, and all of a sudden Jordan Love was like, "Hey, I might actually have figured a few things out." When they lose, they usually bounce back the very next week.
I want winners.
With that said, if Tom wants to come out of retirement to help the Jets out here for the last couple of weeks,
stop. Just stop. Tommy's too busy bad-mouthing today's game. Have you heard some of his comments about today? If I played by today's rules.
He's not wrong. Today's game is terrible. He talks about the mediocrity.
Wait a second. When did he not play by today's rules? He's the reason they created today's rules.
Listen, if he played by, he could play.
There's literally a penalty. That's a Tom Brady penalty for hitting people below the knees. Are you kidding? Today's rules? Yes, you got hit once by Buffalo where you tasted your kidneys. Yes, I respect that. But if you ever go back and watch the way that the Giants and the Bears in the 80s used to absolutely demolish quarterbacks. What do you think they would do today to Lawrence Taylor? What do you think the NFL would do today to Ronnie Lott or Lawrence Taylor?
Oh, they wouldn't be allowed to play. They wouldn't be allowed to play.
If I could play by today's rules, that's the most disingenuous thing I think I've heard come out of somebody who's truly great. Come out of their mouth.
I just think he's thinking about coming back. No, he's just trying to.
Did he ever leave?
No, he shouldn't leave. I tell you what, he should figure out how to run the front office of the franchise that he does own. That place is a disaster.
Well, there's too many chances there. Let me go with my last pick this week is the Broncos. I'm fully on board with the Russ bandwagon now. No, they've gotten it together. They've quietly gotten it together. I think every year, but speaking of Bill Simmons, he used to talk about by the end of the year, there were certain teams that were frisky. I think Denver's one of those frisky teams. They've won 5 of their last 6. Obviously, they just lost to Houston, but when you get hot, you're not going to roll through the whole thing. I do like them this week. I think the Chargers have quit on their coach. I know they won last week, but you scored 6 points against New England. Like, I get Tim Boyle sucking out loud. You have Justin Herbert. Like, what is your excuse? How can they be this bad?
Where do you have Justin Herbert? You have him top 5? You have him top 10?
What do you want to talk about talent, or you want to talk about like what they've actually done?
Talent. Like, as a guy, if you were to coach a quarterback, how many guys you pick?
There are 5 guys. I mean, I would take him before Dak for sure.
Oh God, yeah, that's easy.
I would take Lamar before him.
Yeah,
I think Josh Allen's been with the right coach or had been with the right coach.
Get Dable back.
But if you put Herbert in that situation, I think I'm one of those people. We talk about Elway and Marino, obviously before Elway won his championships. Like, if you put either Elway or Marino on the 49ers, they would have the same success that Joe Montana did.
Yeah.
But
those guys are too, you are comparing like top of the,
no, I know,
top of the top.
The point remains, let's go Phillip Rivers then. Like, don't you think the Steelers would have won 2 Super Bowls with Phillip Rivers instead of Ben Roethlisberger?
Ooh.
Phillip Rivers in his prime.
Yeah, I know you're obviously you're a state guy. You're a state guy.
I'm not talking about the corpse of Phillip Rivers standing up there like a cardboard straw man. I'm talking about in his prime.
I think that Roethlisberger did it. He did a lot for those teams, though. That's tough.
Holy smokes! It's one of your worst takes.
No, come on. It's fine. Come on.
Right.
You think Phillip Rivers could? You think Phillip? It's that easy?
No, it's not that easy. I think he was a skilled player.
I got Phillip as maybe. I got Eli
give me a real coach. Like, give the guy a chance with a real coach.
Well, listen, that's why the Manning family is special. I mean, to go force his way out of the Chargers to go play with the Giants. I mean,
he knew.
100%.
Pops knew, man. Pops knew.
And Pops knew from being at the Saints. I mean, you waste your talent at the wrong team. You can't.
Yeah,
Maybe Sam Darnold is a player.
Waste all of your talents. Yeah.
Maybe Zach Wilson's not a player. It doesn't matter where he goes. No, but I think Herbert's. It's hard to pick 6 guys above Herbert. I mean, he's talent-wise, not statistics. Talent. Yeah.
It's all a fugazi. You know what fugazi is? Fugazi. It's a fake. Yeah, fugazi, fugazi. It's a wazi. It's a woozy. It's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist.
Do you know what's real? The wings at Wings Over. Wings over Raleigh. Wings over Greenville. Wings over Chapel Hill. Right there on Hillsborough Street, right across from UT. Order online, wingsover.com. Free parking in the back. Go pick it up. Sweet chili is the move. Waffle fries, tater tots, your whole night's complete. You will not regret it, I promise. The best wings in town are over at Wings Over Raleigh. All right, so let's get to your prop of the week. Even though 9-3, even though you had a loss, 9-3. Still pretty darn good, sir. Still pretty darn good.
I was feeling great. Watching the first drive there. 7
first quarter 10. I think it was a 59-yard play that they had, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
Oh, gosh,
looks good."
Then the ankle. We got to go for the goal.
And then there was like a wonky rain delay in the NFL. Like,
I was hoping that his ankle get taped up. Like, come on, baby,
get him out. We just need a couple more completions. There's no more Matt Canada. Come on. He's overcoming the anchor. That is Matt Canada. He's gone. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
I tell you what, I love the over under on the. We didn't bet it, but the over under on the Steelers Patriots game tonight. Thursday night.
You're saying go under 30 and a half in an NFL game? You're going to go under?
Would I go? Yeah. I mean, if I had like 10 bets here, if I keep betting, I would bet the under.
You would.
These are two of the worst offensive going, period. Thursday's an ugly game.
Thursdays are terrible. They need to get rid of
They have to stop.
You can play the opener. Well, here are their choices since they're not getting rid of a Thursday. They need to add a second open date to the schedule. That way, no one is ever playing on short rest. Also, you know what that does? One of my great theories. If you add a second open date to the calendar for the NFL, guess where the Super Bowl is? Oh, it's the day before a national holiday. And spare me, I still have to work on President's Day, Julio. You know what I don't have to do? Wake up the next morning and take my kids through the carpool line, okay? So add the damn second week, improve your own product, and get the Super Bowl to the day before President's Day. Like, I don't know how many years in a row I have to propose this before the NFL is like, oh, you know what's a really good idea?
Let's get Tagliabue back on. Let's get him in there. Goodell's making too much money. He's hanging out.
Prada Hackensack, New Jersey, man.
I like
Tags.
Tags. He was a boss, man.
My sister Jessica worked at his law firm.
Did he really?
She did, yes.
I imagine he had like a lot of double-breasted suits and shoulder pads. Is that accurate?
Oh man, post commissioner Tags lived the good life, man. Let me tell you, like you were running pretty good.
Yeah, that guy, he did a good thing. Goodell's got to fix that. We got to fix the freaking practice squad quarterback situation, or the Jets just need maybe the Jets just need a better coach. It could be.
Or here's an idea. Why don't you finally partner up with one of these spring leagues like you did with the World League and let Tim Boyle get some reps. Let Zach Wilson get some reps. Let them figure 100%. Some things out and get their games intact.
Quality play's terrible.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to your prop of the week. Oakwood Pizza Box prop of the week.
All right. So
going back to a familiar face here.
All right. So everything's based on stats. So the way that I pick these props are I'm looking for outliers in stats. Problem here now is so late in the season, it's going to be harder to win these games.
The book is more complete.
Yes. These numbers are tight. These are not. You don't win by much, usually, unless something freakish happens. There is one guy who missed a significant period of time who is back. My guy, Devin Achane, for your Miami Dolphins. Running back, Texas A&M, one of the fastest guys in the league. One of the fastest humans on the planet.
So what's our number? 57.5?
57.5.
So every time he carries the ball more than once, he hits 73 at minimum. And to your point, there's usually a long in there. Look at that. 76, 55, 67.
Guy's a home run hitter and a half.
Yeah, he's a big play baller. I could see them also getting up in this game and having him pop one, give him a little burn, make sure that he's ready. I like this. This is a good call. I wish I had it yesterday when I drove up to the border. Drove up to the border yesterday. Made some picks. Hit a hockey parlay last night.
You hit a hockey regular season.
How
regular season parlaying hockey
about
games?
Them apples? I hit a hockey parlay last night.
I spoke to I don't know, people affiliated with the governorship. I don't know if I could say this, a pizza box banter.
Okay.
It's coming. I mean, it's coming.
Yeah, it needs to be. It already needed to be here. I'm very angry.
Missing the football season is a pretty bad play.
Yeah, it's not great. So I placed a couple bets. All right. Before we get into our Oakwood Pizza Box pizza question of the week, I placed a couple bets, a couple futures.
Okay.
I already have UCLA and you have Marquette. I took UCLA and Creighton to win the NCAA tournament. Got good numbers on those. Happy about those. This week I took BYU and Creighton to make the Final Four. So it's a separate bet that you could make. I got a good number on BYU that I'm pretty happy about.
Believe in BYU?
I believe in the bracket. I believe bracket luck is real. I believe in BYU's like 28-year-old backcourt. Yes.
Okay.
But I'll take the number. Again, it's a good number. I know, like you say,
you got to win.
You want to be right and you want to win.
You got to win.
I understand that. Okay. But at some point, like last year at this time, I made a bunch of Final Four bets. One of them included Miami. That number at the time was 40-1.
Joe, you watched the UConn-UNC game?
I did watch the UConn-UNC game. And I thought I liked the way that Carolina got it back down to 5. I liked the way that they started the game. I left that game thinking to myself, though, here were my questions about Carolina before the year began. Who's going to make an outside shot for them? RJ Davis is answer number 1. Cool. But what happens when you play a UConn or a Kansas, or we'll see them play Kentucky too, and they have more than one guy who can knock down a shot. That's what I thought. That's where I thought they came up short in this game. I love the way that they played.
Ingram's their best player.
Absolutely.
It's not close. Ingram's the best player. I thought the Carolina team, if I could say this correctly, that the Carolina fan base getting mad at me.
Well, they like to get mad at you.
Oh, God. Guys.
Carolina grad.
This is the first team in a while that plays with some sort of balls.
Yeah.
They don't play.
I like the way they play.
And
that's Ingram.
Yes.
That's it is RJ Davis, too.
Davis is a tough guy. Tough shot maker.
Yeah.
Not the most physically gifted guy, but he's going to hit a tough shot. He's going to find a way to wiggle himself open. Real good player.
I think we've talked about this before too. They did a promo video, hype video for the game up in the Garden.
Yep.
And they included Ed Cota.
It was the first time I've seen Ed Cota. By the way, I'm a big Ed Cota guy.
You and me are on the same page.
Big Ed Cota guy. First and foremost,
more Ed Cota, please.
I understand the rumblings about what Ed Cota was allegedly doing. Joe, I got to be honest. I don't give a shit.
Was it Ed Cota or someone else?
Ed Cota.
Okay.
Ed Cota.
That's fine.
There's a lot of winking and nodding.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Whatever he was doing, I don't care. I
need more Ed Cota in my life.
Need more Ed Cota.
I saw it on my timeline. I was like, pumped.
My guy. Fuck yeah. Let's go to MSG.
Yeah.
Let's go to MSG.
Oh,
Hubert's too chill. He's like, he
is very chill. Even though he played in the city, and I thought his little story there was cool.
Chapel Hill is our 6th borough of New York. Well, what? You got it. Come on, Hubert. You know this, baby.
That's
come on.
Lenny Rosenbluth and Frank McGuire, their first championship, 57. There was New York guys.
Ask my dad about Frank McGuire. Come on, a bunch of Long Island guys talking about hoops in Carolina. We'll be fired up in a minute. We'll be in an argument.
So I did take other futures, okay, including one for the Super Bowl. Now, the one thing I do love about legal gambling is you get more there are more options. If you have a guy, your guy's not going to let you pick the finalists for the Super Bowl. Okay, you're not going to get odds on that.
No,
you'll get odds on who can win each conference. You'll get odds on who will win the Super Bowl, but you're going to strain to get that type of niche future. So I went with the 49ers, my pick to win the Super Bowl against the Ravens, and I got that at 9-1. So I was happy with that combo.
Okay, so it has to be you're betting a combo.
Yeah, you can also
the winner.
I was going to say you can also bet the winner. That's the exact result. I did not do that because I feel like if they both get there, I don't want to have to sit there and root.
You know what
I'm saying? Like I just want to bet. That's why I kind of like the Final Four bets too. Can you get to the Final Four, which is more likely than actually winning the championship? Because who the hell knows once you get to those final 2 games. Yeah, so I'm going finalists, and you should be able to find it there. I can pull it up on mine if you want. Who would you take? Who would you take to be the 2 teams to make the Super Bowl?
Shoot, I mean, who's going to beat the 49ers? That's going to be real tough. Maybe you want to shoot at the value if you want to hit.
There you go.
Let's see.
It's on your screen now.
I got it now. I was leaning at Miami 49ers maybe, or Miami Eagles would be the only 2 that I'm thinking about.
So you should be able to get decent value on
Miami Eagles 12-1.
That's pretty good value.
It's a pretty good shot. I like Miami. I think the playoffs might run through that side. Ravens are a tough call. Jacksonville's not going to do it. I'm trying to think about other teams. Buffalo. I don't think Buffalo's got the horsepower to do it.
Kansas City would be the other one.
Kansas City.
If you trust their defense that much, because their offense is really on the bus, man.
I do not like. Nobody's talking about it enough. Matt Nagy's a problem. Matt Nagy.
So you're saying he's actually calling the plays? Like, why would Andy Reid not be calling the plays?
No, I'm just saying he's around. Like, you don't want that guy in the room. I get that guy. Get the fucking coffee. Get out of the room. This is where the men are. Go to the kids' table, Nagy. We know what
That's
you did.
Fine. Give me your NFL. Give me your Super Bowl finalists, and I'll enter it in here.
All right, let's lock it in. I'm gonna lock in a Miami 40. Let's lock in a Miami Philadelphia. 12-1.
Dolphins. Eagles.
Yeah.
Plus 1,200.
Although I just don't want to go.
Here's one that you'll like that I took. I took your boy, Sammy Howell, to lead the NFL in passing yards. Ask me if I knew that Washington had a bye week this week.
Oops.
His odds were really good. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. He's second right now.
Oh, dear.
In passing yards.
He's about to go behind.
It was like 18-1, I think. It was plus 1,800.
Yeah, but then again, that might be the only thing that team's playing for this year.
That's what I'm
saying. Maybe they just started
They had Tunga Vailoa was the favorite. And I'm sitting here going, if they clinch some things and given his fragility, he's not going to play. So anyway, I didn't realize it until I got home. And I was like, oh, how about this one? I also took this. I parlayed this one. You ready for this?
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Go ahead.
I took Michigan to beat Texas in an exact result. I took the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. And I took the Colorado Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup.
What is the payout there?
It's a bunch. It's stupid. That's what I'm saying. There's like they have these. Once you start going down the rabbit hole of getting futures and being able to combine them, my only regret was I couldn't get my boy Brooks Koepka for the Masters. I would have thrown that in there.
Joe, what the hell is going on with the guy who John Rahm is leaving? I thought Live Golf was becoming the PGA.
They are. They'll figure it out.
What the hell's happening? Why is everyone freaking out in golf?
Well,
I don't give a shit about it.
The players were betrayed, and now they're like, well, of course, if you're going to give me more money to do something, then I'll do it. I mean, that seems fairly obvious, right?
Yeah, of course. That's what I've been saying all along. Show me the money.
All right, I have a stupid. Nope, it's my other. No, this is what it is. I got the Ravens to win the AFC, the 49ers to win the NFC, Michigan to win the national championship, and the Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup.
Wow.
That is a $25 bet to win $6,200.
Wow.
When I'm really just hoping to win the 3 legs and they give me the offer to cash out, I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would always cash out, baby. Give me the money and get me out of this thing.
Let me out. All right, let's get out of here with the Oakwood Pizza Box, Oakwood Pizza question of the week. You don't take cash in your establishment, correct?
We do take cash.
Oh, you do take cash.
Oh, I hate it. I've always thought about not taking cash.
All right. I didn't know if you had gone full PNC Arena and didn't take cash.
I think we are actively looking.
You're getting closer.
Cash is the worst.
All right. So you're thinking as a restaurant owner, yeah, I don't want. Yes, surely I implicitly trust all of my employees, but what is the good in having cash laying around, right? Is the thought process. Yes. Then you're thinking, whoa, we got credit cards, right? Like nothing bad could happen. This from the Associated Press. A former Jacksonville Jaguars financial employee is accused of stealing more than $22 million from the franchise over a 4-year period by manipulating its virtual credit card program, according to documents filed this week in a U.S. district court. Is Christopher Moltisanti working for the Jaguars? Like, what are we doing here?
Time move. I like that.
What are we doing?
I like
here?
it in the court case. It's listed as Business A.
Business A.
Business A.
I mean, how are you getting scammed out of $22 million? Keep in mind, they probably got scammed by Urban Meyer for not coaching the team. But how are you letting somebody from the inside run an office space scam on you for the penny? Like, what are you doing? What is going on?
Not great, Bob.
As you can see, I'm back in the comfort of the Eford Studios. The last 5 minutes of our conversation there got cut off, but always appreciate, Anthony. There is no OG Media Company without the Oakwood Pizza Box. So go check them out on Person Street right there across from the Krispy Kreme, or you can order online at oakwoodpizzabox.com. Open for lunch Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner. We'll see how we do with those picks. We'll see if I can close the gap as we get closer to week 18 and as we run all the way through the Super Bowl here on Picks and Pizza. And if you haven't already, leave a comment, subscribe, tell us our picks are great, tell us they stink. It's up to you. Appreciate you guys for supporting Picks and Pizza and the OG Media Company.